is going on, guys? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. And we're back with some gaming news. We're doing all gaming news today, which is awesome and different for once. But let's get into it with the first topic, shall we? And this is about Democrats who are pushing a bill to outlaw bots from snatching up online goods. So the House and Senate Democrats reintroduced the Stopping Grinch Bots Act to crack down on scalper-run bots. So this one's an interesting one. A group of Democratic lawmakers are reintroducing legislation to outlaw the use of automated bots that buy up retail goods, such as video games, consoles, and graphics cards. Because God knows getting a graphics card is hard, and every time they're in stock, they instantly go out of stock. On Monday, US Representative Paul Tonto, Democrat New York, and Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat CT? What's CT? Since Connecticut? Chuck Schumer, Democrat New York, and Ben Ray Lujan, Democrat. What's NM? I don't know what NM is. New Mexico? Announced a new push for the Stopping Grinch Bots Act. The bicameral bill will crack down on cyber grinches using bot technology to quickly buy up whole inventories of popular holiday toys and resell them to parents at higher prices, the lawmakers said in a statement. Tonko, Blumenthal, and Schumer originally introduced the legislation in November 2019 to stop scalper-run bots from snatching up in-demand holiday toys from consumers. Since then, the problem has exploded since retailers are largely selling the newest video game consoles and PC graphics cards online. The average holiday shopper is unable to compete with the speed of the bots. And this is true. And actually, I really hope this law goes through because it is absolutely ridiculous what people have to go through just to get certain things. And it is very specific things. It's consoles, it is graphics cards, it is PC parts, it is phones as well, I believe. There's certain phones that just get bought up and then resold for exorbitant prices. Not that the prices aren't exorbitant, but it's not so bad with phones because most people get them through a contract, right? So a certain portion is set aside for contracts, but there are people who just buy handsets outrightly, and yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. So I hope this goes through because holy crap, would it be nice not to have to compete with bots? This is actually something good. Lawmakers doing something that people would actually like. It's surprising, right? Well, let's move on to the next story, and this comes from comicbook.com, and it is about Battlefield 2042. An insider reveals huge feature cut before release. So, yeah, Battlefield 2042. Let's get into this one, shall we? It hasn't exactly been the most successful launch for the game, has it really? People were expecting a lot more of it. Especially, right, here's the thing. Battlefield has chosen this route of not doing campaigns, right? And if you're going to choose not to do campaigns, you better make sure that when we're paying for multiplayer, it is the best goddamn multiplayer experience you can have. That's just the reality. If you're going to take away campaigns because you want to focus on multiplayer, because you think that's the core of your game, then you have to make sure that your multiplayer experience is the best it can be. And that's not the case with Battlefield 2042. I watched the Angry Jojo's review of it and saw some of the technical difficulties that was there, especially with hitboxes and stuff. Yeah. But a problem that Battlefield 2042 insiders released word of a huge feature that was cut at some point. Now, the feature in question is devolution, which is the physics-based system that DICE uses in order to cause the destruction of buildings. Now, and other objects within the game. Now, what was meant to happen, according to this insider, is that at one point this year, there were reports that Battlefield 2042 was going to have a massive level of destruction that would, for example, allow players to completely take down skyscrapers and other massive buildings. According to a new report from the aforementioned Insider, Tom Henderson. This was the intention, but at some point during development, DICE had to scale back this ambition to the product we have today, which has a similar level of destruction as previous games. No level of destruction. I remember this devolution stuff a very, very long time ago. I can't remember what it was for. I think it might be Battlefield 4 that it was for, where they were playing around with this and they were going to, as it says, it was going to become a bigger thing. And there are actually games that do have devolution. I can't remember what it's called. There was one particular single player game, I believe it was, where like you could like blow up buildings and like take stuff down. It was like insane. And that was fun, man. Like that's fun. And for a multiplayer game, to have a dynamically changing map in that regard where you as a team given an objective could be like, yo, they're holed up in this building. Let's get rid of the building, right? Not let's get rid of the players. Let's just take out the building. Like that would be awesome to have in a game. But they cut the content because it was too ambitious due to hardware limitations on what they were trying to achieve with the little time they had, said Henderson. When asked what happened to the ability to completely destroy skyscrapers, the abilities that was reported before the game's released, hopefully if they revert 64 players to smaller maps in the future entry, it will be possible. But it's disappointing. And I don't like the argument that it's a time thing, or... Right? I don't like the argument that it's a time thing. I feel like that's a really, really bad argument. Like, we don't have time to do this. You dropped a campaign. You've dropped your campaigns in order to focus on multiplayer, right? So you do have time to make multiplayer better. Especially when a lot of what goes into these games is previous code from other games. That's just the reality. They don't rebuild things from scratch. That's not what they do. A lot of stuff will be features that have been developed previously through the engine that will get transferred over. Don't get me wrong, there will be improvements done to them. You know, if someone can make it more efficient, they will make it more efficient. But you're not reinventing the wheel with multiplayer games. It's very much an evolution of the previous iteration of the game. That's kind of how it works. That's why games have similar feels, like Call of Duty, you know, like the Call of Duty games. What other games have a really long series, like, of shooters? Probably Halo games, will have a similar feel to each other. But generally, you're not reinventing the wheel. Battlefield games, obviously, is the same thing as well. But yeah, let's move on from this one. Next topic. New World players despair over never-ending waves of phishing bots. This is from PC Gamer. Yeah. New World has a lot of bots, and they're farming everything. Resources, fishing, leather, wood, ore, everything. They're farming everything, and it's upsetting people. So, over the last week, I've seen a huge influx of bots on my server, writes Just Dave in the LBC. But they're all higher level now, 20s and 30s, out harvesting the mining in full effect. Our other servers seeing this again. I've reported the same bot 3 times in 3 days. It's starting to get really annoying competing for materials with bots. Another player, Realty, meanwhile, has been tracking a bot called JHNMD, reported it regularly, and the bot's still merrily going around its business 10 days later. Apparently dropped some leather though, so whatever. Players' frustration at the game is apparent. Inaction is twofold. It makes it feel pointless gathering one's own resources when prices are going through the floor, thanks to an abundance of bot activity. But when players have consistently reported what seem to be like obvious bots, nothing has been happening. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that would annoy people. I'm not sure how it's destroying the economy though. But New World had a duping problem as well, where they had to take the economy offline, right? Like, huh? Are we surprised that they're having these issues? Like, if I was a... You've got the market getting ruined because you have people duping stuff. Then you have the market getting ruined because bots are farming everything and making stuff, and then it's going for cheap prices, right? And then you have players struggling to get resources because bots are getting all the resources, and then the bots are higher level because the bots are higher level and gather resources faster and blah blah blah. You know, it's a knock-on effect, and I can understand why players are angry about this and why it annoys them. It's someone says give up gathering on resources craft rates core city on the game's Steam forums. The bots are constantly running their routes over and over. Sometimes you can watch them follow each other only seconds apart. Reporting does nothing, time to move on. And that is kind of where people are. People are kind of on there. Let's just move on. And that's not a good thing for the game's longevity for an MMO. It really, really isn't. When people are like, nothing's happening, nothing's being dealt with, so what is the point in actually doing this? Anyways, guys, this is pretty much the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think down below about all the topics we discussed there. About Democrats' bill to stop bots from purchasing stuff, so people can actually get a chance to get things, you know, at MSRP or as elite close to. Let me know what you guys think about Battlefield 2042. Just, I don't know, like, I feel like we didn't get a campaign, and the game has its bugs and issues, and then we didn't even get what was promised in the multiplayer. The kind of experience that we were expecting, right? With the physics destruction. And let me know what you guys think about New World. I have not played New World at all. Let me know what you guys think about it. Personally, I kind of avoided it because it just seems like it's having too many issues for me to even consider putting any of my time into it, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think down below about New World and stuff as well. As always, guys, thank you. Peace out. See you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, take care.